Today, a plenary session of the Supreme Court was held. At the session, it was noticed that judicial reforms carried out in the country have made it possible to bring the courts even closer to the people as a body protecting the rights and legitimate interests of citizens, as well as to ensure the independence of the judiciary and increase the efficiency of the activity of the courts. Also, during the meeting, decisions were adopted on issues of consideration of cases on appeal and cassation. The Constitution established that any person convicted of the crime has the right to have his or her sentence reviewed by higher courts in accordance with the procedure established by law, as well as the right to pardon or to apply for the relief from punishment. The reforms undertaken in the area of justice above all prioritize tasks such as glorifying universal human values and safeguarding the rights and freedom of citizens and legitimate interests. For these purposes, the Code of Criminal Procedure provides for the transfer of non-legally valid court decisions to provincial courts and courts of equivalent status on appeal for the review of court decisions reviewed under cassation, appeal or cassation rulings, and for the review of legally valid court decisions under cassation to provincial courts and courts of equivalent status, and for the quashing of the court decision of higher courts.
At the session, the plenum of the Supreme Court adopted resolutions on the practice of consideration by courts of criminal cases in appeal and cassation procedure, on some issues of consideration by courts of civil cases in appeal and cassation procedure, on the practice of consideration by courts of economic cases in appeal and cassation procedure, and on some issues of consideration by courts of administrative cases in appeal and cassation procedure.
Included in this decision serves to unify the practice of case review in the courts of appeal and cassation instances in order to avoid certain misunderstandings in application of the rules of the Code of Economic Procedure.